Hello everyone and welcome to a Planet Zoo stream, our first of 2022, and Happy New Year to those of you who haven't managed to say it to you yet. How you all doing? I'm going to have a look in the chat and see who's here. So I've already seen a lot of very friendly and familiar faces. I saw Plastic Swans in the chat, Heather, oh god, it's going quickly now. There's Peter saying hi Tim, hello. I see Elizabeth, Wingardium Leviosa, of one of our wonderful moderators. It's good to see you. 8-Bit Josh, Tally Games. It's all moving very quickly now. Lots of you. That's awesome. We love to see it. So, welcome to a look back at 2021. So, as you know, we wanted to get back to some more streaming with Planet Zoo, and with the way the world is, we need to make sure that we're very safe in the way we do so. And we found some ways to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe with some distance, with all those other kinds of measures. So, we're going to be here doing so, and to help me do it, we're going to have several different members from the development team who help lead the different departments so they can tell you what was their favourite parts in 2021 and talk to you about a little bit more of what they do, which is what we love to see. So we have actually got our first guest all ready and mic'd up, and so I'd be happy to introduce you to Josh.
Hello. Hi, I'm doing lovely, thank you. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think of the streaming studio?
It's very impressive. I like the, we've got some penguins, we've got some, it's all very nice and organized, there's some plant life. It's
yeah, we've got some lovely plant life right here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's awesome. So, you haven't been on the stream for quite a while.
No.
So would you better tell everybody at home what your role is and a little bit more of what that means for Planet Zoo?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a lead animator on the Planet Zoo DLC. And what that means is it's a very varied job. It can be mostly running the project and running the animations for the animals on an everyday basis. But at the same time, it can be everything from planning some more technical parts of the pipeline to actually just sitting down and doing some animation on the animals. So it can really be, one day you're watching a nature documentary and the next minute you're having a meeting about some sort of procedural physics. So
there's a lot of different things that you need to do as you go through.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Well, we had quite a few incredible DLCs last year, of course, which you would have been working on and helping guide the team on as well. So which one would you say would have been one of your favorites?
They all have their own unique aspects, but
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
for me personally, I'd have to go with the North America Animal Pack.
North America Animal Pack.
Yes.
That's awesome. We've got loads of love, by the way, for the work that you and your team do.
Oh, brilliant.
Coming through on the chat. And a lot of love for the pillows as well.
Yes.
So we're just seeing that, just tons of that. That's all that we've got going on in the chat right now. So if you do have any questions, chat, for Josh and the work that he and his team do, and you're interested, let us know. We're going to have a look at some of the bits and pieces and talk about it in more detail as we go through the stream. But do pop those questions in the chat. I will do my very best to catch them. You're saying quite a lot of stuff, which is awesome, but I'll see what I can do. But in the meantime, North America Animal Pack. So I think that's what the guys at home are watching right now. So can you tell us a little bit more about working on that, I suppose?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think one of the things that really stood out for me which made it great was the roster of animals that we were working with was really unique. I mean, the sea lion for me is such a standout. So entertaining, so unique with the way that they move.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of ideas from looking at bits of reference and seeing something really special and then trying to capture that. I mean, the sea lion and the moose were very, very fun to work with. Additionally, the beaver and the beaver dam enrichment that we did was a very interesting process. It took a lot of planning, and I think we had. It's nice to have a really exciting concept and bring it to life that way, and a lot of different working between departments. So
yeah, absolutely.
Working with our very talented scenery art team as well, and working with them to make sure that we're realizing the idea in the right way.
I mean, agreed. I always see all of this going on from sort of, I say the sidelines, but I definitely jump like right in the middle of it consistently all the time in just about all of the calls, because obviously we need to let you know what's happening from the community side as well. There's actually loads of love for, specifically I'm seeing lots of things about the moose coming up as well. There's loads of love there.
Well, they're beautiful. They're just amazing. So it's a real, like, I just feel lucky that we even get to kind of to touch them, move them around, and also, I gotta give props to India and Micah and our amazing character artists. We get models back from then, and it's like, wow, this is just incredible. We really have to do them justice. It's a big motivator for the animators to see that stuff come in, and so let's try and bring it to life.
Yeah, that's really cool. I know we've got a couple of work in progress shots, but before we get to those, there's some really nice questions in the chat. One from Peter Hagel over on YouTube, asking about how we do a balance between realism and the Planet Zoo style. And the way they put it was really, really sweet. They're saying, how do you do it so perfectly?
Oh, well, it's like, I think, we're all perfectionists. Like, I don't think that I've done anything perfectly. I think we definitely strive for that. It's a great question. We use a lot of reference. So a lot of animators will tell you, like, you want to use reference heavily because we want to focus on anatomy, we want to focus on those very special things that make those animals unique, but at the same time, it's, I think we're looking for appeal, we're looking for character, and we're looking for fun. We often talk about things being cute or cool, or these sort of bigger adjectives that help to define each of our animals. And so on top of building something realistic, it's a case of actively thinking about how can we push it a little bit further. So it's a really fun style to work with. It's like an exaggerated realism.
I think one of my favorite parts on getting that right as well, like you've got to give a lot of credit over to the, I think, design and production guys over there. So no, we've had Killian on the live streams before, and the amount of research that he puts in is just like phenomenal. And then you've always got, of course, like across the top, there's like Ika and Steve and so on, who are just giving all of those extra hands to make sure that it's really following that line where we've got. You said it perfectly. I like that. It was written, so it's not like a humble brag. It came from the chat on that one.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Let's go and have a look at the first of the screenshots, shall we? So, it's a very special treat to sort of have a look back at 2021. We asked our wonderful dev team if they could pull out a couple of screenshots to demonstrate the work in progress stuff while they've been working on these different packs. We know we don't have too many of these come out, so we thought you'd all really love to see it. And also we can talk through it a little bit. So, we've got the favorite in the chat at the moment right there, I think.
Absolutely. Well, the moose fighting was a funny one, talking about documentaries. I mean, we just found this really amazing video that someone filmed outside their house of these moose fighting. I was like, this looks dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on a porch, it's going to be dangerous.
It's going to be, he was close to the action.
Wow.
But we saw it, and I think we just went, that's such a cool moment. Like, let's put that in the game. And I think sometimes things just pop up like that, and you know that you've got a good idea when everyone kind of goes like, yeah, we should do that, and there's this real enthusiasm. So that was a challenging animation for us to achieve, but I'm really happy with the final result.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those at home who haven't got as much in animation, do you think, having a look over there, you could give a little bit more context for what's in the process of animation, a little bit of the background, because you've got a lot of sort of guidelines on there and the like, and obviously the different color tones. And
it can
for
look
an experienced animator, I'm sure they're going, I see exactly what you're doing there. But for someone like myself, who obviously hasn't spent a lot of time doing that, I think it'd be really interesting to hear a bit more.
No, perfect. Well, we use digital puppets in this case, which we call rigs. So you can see there's a lot of squares and controllers going on, but that's what we use to manipulate the actual animals within our 3D software. We've color-coded them in this case because when we have an action between two different characters, it can be very useful for us to be able to highlight, you know, which one is the aggressor, which one is defending, or vice versa. I have seen a few behind the scenes with party hats on particular secondary animals to tell which ones are which, but in this case it's we just wanted to say which one is the aggressor here. And then the first stage of animating something from scratch is we'll do what we call key poses. So you've got what you can see here is the moose on screen right, attacking into screen left, and then a little bit of a reaction going on.
Absolutely. It's really, really cool to see behind the scenes. I think I saw one of our regulars in the stream, Leaf, was just saying, this is really awesome to see. So that's cool. Very cool. And there's a lot of other people saying it's really interesting as well. So that's all awesome. And a lot of people just saying moose. There's a lot of love for moose right there.
Just moose. That's all you need to say.
Just amazing and adorable. Swifty Folklore was saying, for example, which is pretty cool. So should we have a look at another screenshot?
Yes, please.
Let's have a look.
Oh,
hey, you got one of another favorite. I love this guy.
Again, I mean, the North American beaver was a real treat. This was actually done by one of our graduates, Cameron, and he just really captured that character where they have to put their hands up. We do a lot. We do a lot of this. We do a lot of miming. We do a lot of. I mean, even though we use animal references, we have gone out to the car park or into the living room with work from home and acting out, pretending to be an animal. And I believe that was the case in this case.
So just to be clear, if you ever do see some people in the car park just sort of hopping around, it's all intentional. And everything's fine.
Yes, it's okay.
It's fine.
We're not in danger. Everything's okay. It's all part of the creative process. And again, you can see some of the controllers that we use to manipulate the puppet around.
Yeah, of course.
But again, we want to just get a couple of key moments of character, and then we know that we're kind of locked in with the idea.
That's really great. Let's have a look at another one.
Yeah. Oh, I believe this was Kai and Victor, a couple of our very experienced.
I think it was. Yeah. I think Kai mentioned that on a previous stream.
And this was just a treat because with each of the animals that we do, it's like, well, they have very unique behaviors, and the best that we can capture those is always really nice to do. And this was just such a unique, special and kind of silly thing that they did. I'd say another thing that really stood out with this one for me was getting to work with VFX.
Right.
So, which was, I believe Selena is one of our very talented VFX artists who we collaborated with on this. Is always kind of amazing to block out an animation and then see it come back with this extra detail and just pluses what you did so much. It's really, really cool to see.
It's really cool. I was just laughing while you were talking because G-Rex on YouTube was just all caps, into the void!
Into the void.
Into the void!
Yes, it was of course in the game, it's a very lovely, snowy,
playful
particle.
Animation, but yes, as you see it in this work in progress shot, it's slightly into the void.
It's very, very, very bare bones, but into the void it goes.
There's some people saying it's one of the best animations they think personally as well, so it's really,
lovely.
Really sweet. You know, anything you want to say that compliments these guys directly, I will pick it out and I will tell them almost instantly, so you've been warned. I think we've still got a few more to have a look at, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Oh, of course, the prairie dog.
Prairie
Again,
dog.
the variation of animals in that pack was so much fun. This was the bubble machine, so you can see we've got some very, again with
Replacement bubbles.
Yeah, we get into the replacement bubbles that are sort of slightly cardboard looking. That we just to get a sense of what they're doing. But that was just another really fun thing to do. Anything to make those guys look cute was very fun to do.
Absolutely. I think we've got. Do we have one or two more?
Yeah,
we've got two more? I think we've got two more to have a quick look at.
Just to talk to. Oh, this was. I mean, sometimes again, like as we develop, we'll get a new. In this case, the platform float enrichment, and okay, well, what can we do with this? There's a lot of different ways that they could approach it, and Victor did a really beautiful job at making a very sinister but kind of cool-looking crocodile sunbathing on top of it, and I think it was another one that we just all saw on.
I mean, I'd say for any kind of crocodilians, crocodiles, alligators, it's not their fault if they look sinister.
Not their fault,
Maybe
no.
they're just chilling.
He just wanted to have a nice day.
They're just sunbathing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's all you
enjoying
can
the
ask
new
for.
year, enjoying
There you go.
2022.
Sunbathing.
On
Just
the
like
platform float.
2022, got this nice floating platform. Life's pretty good when you're some kind of like you're any kind of crocodilian. So you know they're not that sinister.
Of course not. I apologize. I'll retcon that. I'll retcon that.
Just smirching the good name of all the alligators, crocodiles, and crocodilians out there.
But that was very fun.
And I think we've got one more work in progress shot to have a look in.
Absolutely. Well, I think this was, I got to work on this personally, and it was very fun to do. It's always fun for the animators to animate something which is completely unlike anything else, and this was a totally strange bit of locomotion. I think eventually we decided, well, it needs to be like a flour sack with a mop attached to the end, like those flippers that are ba-dum, 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 like that, to get the impact. That really helped us to get the character in there, but it was just really fun, and I think seeing them in the game was really rewarding once we'd implemented it, because it's just so bouncy and fun, and
yeah.
just
it's like, that's what I do on most of these live streams when we're looking at like the showcases. I just generally spend my time there just going, look how cute it is, look how great it all is.
Exactly.
And like almost in tears from appreciation. And speaking of appreciation, we saw Sean Brunner over on YouTube, how you doing? Saying this is so amazing for the animations. And there's also just sea lions are adorable in all caps several times. Viva Lena saying that the sea lion movement is on point.
Oh, thank you
as
very
well.
much.
Calamity Raps saying love hanging out with the community. Look at them go. There's a lot of love actually for the sea lions there. So thank you very much, everyone. So I think before we let you go, as much as we do a lot to make these different packs, like the North America Animal Pack, you all at home make a whole bunch of incredible community creations as well, right? So I've asked everyone who's coming on today to pick a favorite for us to talk about. And I believe, checks notes very quickly, your one comes from a certain Rudy Rencamel.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the stuff that he makes is incredible, but this is his swamp diorama, I believe, and
Yes.
his whole series of dioramas were amazing. And when I first saw this, I thought that it was like, oh, it's like a VFX artist. Like I didn't, I
Wow.
genuinely did not recognize that it was from Planet Zoo, and I think that really impressed me. As a developer, there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a player do something with a game that is completely out of the context that you were envisioning for it, and surprising you, and so
This
that's
one-
why I really liked it.
I mean, this one was amazing for us as well because this sort of like spawned and sparked a little trend of people making all of these different dioramas and asking Rudy, what did you do? And it's basically like building a little box with an open side for the camera and just building within that. It's such a freaking cool idea.
Yeah, and they're also functional as well. Like as an enclosure, I believe that you can actually drop an animal in there. You can see in there. There's a tiny little crocodile, not looking sinister,
Not looking sinister,
not
looking,
sinister, looking
lovely and
lovable.
adorable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, just very impressive, and I've always loved models, I think, and little miniatures and like mini railroads and things like
Right.
that.
Some
And
really
micro machines.
calls to that side of you, right?
It absolutely does. So very, very impressive work from
That's
Rudy.
really, really
And
cool.
also just, I believe, belated happy birthday to Rudy from
Happy
yesterday.
birthday, jazz hands.
Hope you had a lovely day. Please keep on making amazing stuff and
Yes.
enjoying the game.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Josh, for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed your time.
My pleasure.
Brief on the
Thank you.
stream. Any final words you want to say to the community?
Yeah, well, just thank you for playing. I hope you have a lovely 2022, and best wishes. Thank you for being awesome.
Fantastic. Well, with that, we're going to change out our guests now. And in the meantime, while we do that, I think I'll do a little giveaway. And I think we're going to base it on the favorite pack that came from Josh, which was, of course, I had it on the table here. It's like, here's one I made earlier, North America Animal Pack. So I will open up just the very small parts of this, because I'm sure a lot of you are aware of what's inside this pack. Here we go. We've got the little wonderful Beaver plushie here, along with other bits and pieces as well. There's some stickers. There's this incredible map, which was created by the wonderful people in Creative Services team. I know James Clark did a lot of work on that one, for example. So this will all be kept safe in this box here. And we need to have a queue for you all to be able to win it. So, I mean, someone's put a pretty solid suggestion. If we just have exclamation point Beaver, because of course there's a Beaver plush in this box. If you all put that in right now, open for entries, and I will keep an eye for when a bunch of entries have appeared, and then I'll close it instantly without warning, and I'll get the community team who are watching to give us a hand with picking a winner so we can move on to talking to our next guest. So I was going to look for any questions in the chat, but obviously the chat is now the word Beaver with an exclamation point over and over and over again. So I think we will say stop now. Stop entering. You're done. You can't win anymore. Well, maybe you can, but we'll find out. Oh, and the winner is G_Rex over on YouTube. So congratulations. This will make its way to you. All you need to do is send an email to community@frontier.co.uk, and we'll be able to sort out verifying you are you and getting this sent over to you. If you are within the UK, Europe, the US, we'll be able to send this over. There's a few territories that we can't, but if that's the case, we'll sort out some other kind of prize for you, so you still get something as well as your prize. So now that we have done that, we can introduce our next wonderful, wonderful guest on the stream. We have the wonderful James. I said wonderful lots, but that's because
those are wonderful.
you are wonderful. Of course. Let me get this box out the way. So how you doing?
Doing good. Yeah, doing good. Very fun. Back to work, you know,
Back to
after
work.
Christmas.
Yes, back for exciting 2022.
Whole new
I'm just
year
gonna,
of things.
gonna pop that over there so it's out the way, because that one's done now. Cool. So you've been on quite a few streams with us.
Yeah, it's good to be
I
back.
think the last one you were on was the anniversary stream?
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, it was the anniversary stream.
For the November.
So that was a lot of fun. But for those who are new here while we're doing this look back at 2021, could you let them know what your role is on the Planet Zoo team?
I'm the lead programmer on Planet Zoo, so I manage and run the programming team. Mostly that just goes around making sure when people want new features or they want bug fixes, we figure out who does that and start figuring out a plan of action to change things. And we also support the other departments as well for new cool things they might want to have access to. So hopefully we make the game work for that way.
Well, I mean, I think you do a lot of amazing things. As a reminder for everyone at home, of course, we've got a few of the people who help lead and guide the teams, but there's a whole bunch of wonderful people. I don't know if you've noticed, but we keep trying to name drop them because we just want to appreciate everybody who does everything. But naturally, we can't just read a script. We're not sort of doing a university transcript here, but we'll continue giving people some props where due if we can, naturally.
Yeah.
So, you know what question I'm going to ask.
Go for it.
Favorite pack from 2021.
So,
What do you reckon?
yeah, for me, I think it was the Southeast Asia Animal
Yep.
Pack. that
Southeast
one.
Asia.
Yeah, because there was just like it was our first animal pack, so there's quite a lot of challenges with basically the production of that, making sure we can cram in as much as possible. So there's a lot of for the code team, there's just a lot of helping out there and making sure that things go right. But on top of that, it's like the pack was full of a lot of customization features that I'd been really wanting to get out for a long time, and we'd finally got around to actually getting it locked down and shipped out. So we started to see, I got a lot of fun out of seeing the players' response to the new tools we were giving them and what they could come up with for their zoos.
Yeah.
So, that was just like, it was lovely to work on those. And kind of list off the features that I liked from that, I guess, if you would like.
What's that, sorry?
I could list off some of the features from that pack.
Yeah,
if you want.
absolutely.
So
Go for it. I mean, I'm sure everyone at home will be like, that's the one I love.
That's the one, yeah.
Thank you, James. I mean, we've already got a lot of that just in the background. There's like Heather, for example, or one of our moderators, just saying thank you for all the work you do, James. And Vivalina popping back in, saying just like thank you to everybody on the team. Foxy saying, I shouldn't be watching this, I'm at school, but it's Planet Zoo. School can wait. Pay attention in school, but this is also pretty cool. So I'll leave you to make your own decisions. Make good choices. But yeah, if you want to talk, make good choices. that's all the advice I've got for you. But yes, if you want to carry on.
So it's like one of the big hitters that we had was the billboards features. So allowing people to have their own custom images, custom videos, and that was Addison from our team that made that one. So props to Addison. And we'd been meaning to get that coming back from Planet Coaster because that had the billboards in, but we'd had engine updates and this kind of things that meant it wasn't working until we actually put the work in for that. So getting that feature out and just seeing all the cool things people made, like the koi ponds with videos and the signage all over the place that people are doing now, like having custom maps for their zoos and that kind of things to show people around. It makes things so much more lively, You've
got that, like, all of these tools to just deepen. It's like, they feel like basic tools sometimes when we give them to the community, and we've got this right, we think they'll do something pretty cool with it.
You have a bunch of ideas in your head of what they will do, and then they come out with
and it's
so
amazing.
much more.
It's just blows us out of the water. It's every single time, basically. So, I mean, as I mentioned, we always are talking all the time. And there's always, that was like with the dioramas, right? Like someone shared it in a group chat we have between the development and community team. And it's like, how did they do it? Oh my God. And then the team trying their own versions and all of that was really, really cool as well. So any other parts that you'd want to talk about with the Southeast Asia pack?
There was a few other things. So we had like the recolorable water feature and seeing what people come out with that. That was really good. I believe that was Tegid who did that one. And that basically allowed the people to just come up with, we just released the aquatic pack beforehand, and so before that, and then we're like, people want to do more cool stuff with the water now, clearly, so let's give them more tools for that. And then, people made things like lava mountains and, random witches' bogs and that kind of thing, and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. No, this is really good too. So going through that.
I missed a whole bunch of comments. I was too busy listening to you, so I missed completely what you were saying. But we've got several people saying like how the billboards were a game changer, loads of fun with designing signs. Tally coming back saying, PZ, Planet Zoo is educational, so it's fine to watch it at school. Fair enough. Lots of love for the sun bears as well.
Yes, some bears from the pack were.
So funny.
The hammock was definitely my
that was what I was
favourite there. For,
the first time I saw that when you were showing all of the new things coming and you see the sun bear with the hammock, that
just
was
doing that line down, you're just like, oh, that's just perfect.
That was really great. Let's see. Someone asking, will there be any gameplay? Not today. Today we're talking with the development team. We're taking a look back at 2021 and talking about live streaming, essentially. That's what we've got here for today. I can see here as well, we've got Between Two Gazes, one of our content creators. They're saying we appreciate the whole Planet Zoo team, even if they're being a bit cheeky in the way that they're saying it. And yeah, it's just lots of love, actually. Loads of people saying it. And Recolorable Water saying that they love that as well, like you were just saying, using all of those different options that they've been given. So that's really, really lovely.
Yeah, that's good.
I think, as we mentioned, we've asked everyone to pick a favorite community creation. Which one was yours?
So mine was the Cave of Wonders.
Cave of Wonders.
Just because a bit of a Disney fan, so just like that. And I just thought, it was like going overkill with the rocks, basically. It's just like,
I mean, it's incredible.
yeah,
It's
there's, like,
quite
a lot of detail to
intimidating,
it.
almost, but like in a really good way. Like,
It's like a massive set piece to
Yeah.
being like, yeah, you know, still animal themed, but you know, really going out there with the creativity. You can see, yeah, all the detail and the lighting. It's just, I just liked, yeah, all the way this came together basically as a
yeah,
as a
absolutely.
little set piece, and it's something I, you know, got the blueprint for and was just like, I definitely want to just drop this.
Just gonna add
Just drop this to my zoo
right
just a
here.
little bit. It's gonna look very
there
nice.
There we go. Thank you very much. Yes, it's a really cool piece, especially with the way that you've got that lighting to give it that.
Just really give it the mood.
Gives it the
basically.
whole mood, right? All in one space. And there's a lot of people saying like that looks amazing. What a cool entry. Yeah, lots of like, whoa, that's amazing. Like I love the Disney films as well, so that's really, really, really cool. Okay, I think unless there's anything else that you'd like to say to community starting off 2022.
Yeah, I just hope you continue to enjoy our game and enjoy things that will come in the future,
Wonderful.
I think.
Great. No, it's all
Cool.
good. So thank you so much for
Thanks for
joining
having
us
me
today, James. So everyone in the chat, please say thank you very, very much to James for
I'll see you
everything
next time.
as well. There's lots of people still talking about the build. There you go. There's lots of thanks, James. Thank you, developers. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Aw.
Cool.
Thanks
So
very much.
we'll say goodbye to James, but we do have another guest that we'll be bringing on. But in the meantime, we'll do another giveaway, I think. So what are we going to go for next? I've got, as you may have spotted, lots of things sort of lying around me. I think I'm going to go for this one. So the Europe pack that we released, we have this wonderful, wonderful kit here that we can show you. It doesn't get caught on me. There we go. So we have this wonderful, wonderful hat. And we have this wonderful, wonderful, because that's my favorite word today, scarf. So you can see. And they've got these tags, which have got art from the stained glass, which is in the assets within the Europe pack. So there's an opportunity for all of you to potentially win this. So let's see. I think we're going to have exclamation point wonderful, because that's all I seem to be capable of saying today. So if you pop that in the chat, we'll be able to pick a winner for this kit. And this kit I will pop on the side as well, so that it's not just all over the place. There we go. Let's have a look. So this is where I asked the chat, hey, what do you think of the stream? What do you think of Planet Zoo? What do you think of the dev team? And you're all saying wonderful, so it was pretty good by me, I think. Let's have a look. Although there's Polly saying, could we have the couch as a gift instead? The shipping might be a little bit too much, and I'm actually quite fond of this now. It's where I sit when we do streams, so I'm going to keep that one. But the hat and scarf, they're up for grabs. Right, let's get a winner. Wonderful. Everything is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And the winner is Evo_Marie over on Twitch. Congratulations, you've won yourself the Europe Pack kits with the hat and the scarf. Please make sure to email community@frontier.co.uk so we can sort out getting that delivered to you. As mentioned, there are some territories which you won't be able to send it to, but we'll sort out other prizes if that is the case. Wonderful. Once more. And so I think with that, we'll introduce our third guest. This will be another familiar face for a lot of you, but not in the studio for some time. Introducing Bernie.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, Bernie?
I'm very good. I'm feeling wonderful.
Feeling wonderful.
Of course.
Absolutely. It just seems to be my word of choice at the moment.
It's a great word. I mean, why not?
We could go on for like fantastic, fabulous.
Very good
like,
words.
We could
yeah.
go for all of these. Should we just see how many of them we can run through?
Yes.
I think we'll do that. There's Peter saying like, love it, scripted jokes, but there's nothing scripted.
No.
Like I have a little running order for who's turning up and what's going to be on the screen, but everything that we say is...
we just sit down.
we just
that's
sit
about
here
it.
and we like to talk. That's pretty much how we go, yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's been a while since you've been on the streams.
It has indeed, yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we, of course, aren't delighted to have you back.
Thank you.
And I'm sure a lot of people at home will recognise you and be very excited to see you here as well. But for those who don't know you, could you give them a quick run through of what you do on the Planet Zoo team?
Of course. So pretty much at the moment, I'm helping lead the scenery team. So we kind of look at the scenery assets and things that we make pretty much for all the stuff in Planet Zoo. So yeah, it's a lot of fingers and lots of pies kind of deal, similar to the guys that just you're here. It's a lot of talking to lots of different people and assisting lots of people as well. So it's a lot of things.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite often a lot of things. There's immediately a lot of love for your hair, by the way.
Ooh, thank you.
And your trousers. Just your style
Also,
in general.
thank you.
There's just a lot of love for all of that. There's like with the dip dyed hair. Or that's sort of hi Bernie, hola Bernie.
Hello.
Morning Bernie. Hi, with the hearts as well.
It's for you.
So yes, of course. And also thank you Bernie for the new fake rocks as well.
Yeah.
So
very good.
so much appreciation for the environment art team coming through. So that's really, really, really cool to see. So it's not going to be a surprise what my first question for you is going to be.
No.
So if we've done this with one or two other people on the stream.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. What would you say has been your favourite pack of 2021?
So it's a really hard decision, but I think my favourite pack has been the Africa pack.
The Africa pack.
I think it was so colourful and beautiful, and I felt like we had such a wide variety of things that we kind of included in it. It really encapsulated a large sort of part of the earth, really.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Enormous, but I think it was quite a challenge for us to kind of pick different sort of architectural styles and put them all together. But I think we did a really great job in the end. I think the whole team really.
I mean, I
worked really
agree.
well.
I would say you did a wonderful
Thank you.
job, a fabulous job, incredible
A
job,
gorgeous job.
gorgeous job, absolutely. Oh, well, there you go. Flair saying that the scenery in the Africa Pack is gorgeous. Africa Pack is amazing. Someone just going, the meerkats.
Yes.
So much love there for all of those bits and pieces. So, I know that you brought a couple of work in progress
I did
bits for us to
indeed.
have a look at as well from your perspective. So let's
Yes.
have a look at the first one, shall we?
For sure.
Can you talk us through this one a little bit?
Definitely. A lot of processes happen sort of before we get to the final asset. And so I brought today quite a lot of sort of the concept and things that would happen before we start even making things in 3D. So obviously we have a whole entire team of concept artists, so shout out Concept.
Shout out to Concept.
Woo! You do a great job. And basically, so with them, they'll kind of look at sort of things sometimes in 3D or 2D, and from that they'll sort of create ideas and explore the different architectural things from reference usually, and alongside our art director, Mark. Shout out Mark as well.
Shout out to everyone.
Everybody does a good job.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, between sort of the three teams between us, we eventually, working from the reference and from concepts, will sort of make the final 3D asset that you will use in your parks as well.
Awesome. Let's have a look at the next shot that you've brought with you.
Mm-hmm.
I make it sound like you brought them like in a little bag.
I came with a
As
manila
you turned
envelope.
up at the studio, you had them in a bag, and you were like, here, I'm ready, show and tell time.
My offerings for the
I mean, it is
gods.
kind of show and tell, actually.
It is.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
well,
think it's a great show and tell.
it's a fantastic show and tell.
Very good one.
It's a wonderful show and tell.
A wonderful show and tell
Yes,
indeed.
marvellous show and
Ooh.
tell. Ooh. Let's have a look at this one.
Definitely. So this one was one of the lampposts from the Africa pack. I actually ended up making the asset for this, for the game, so that was pretty interesting.
Just a little like
A
humble brag.
little brag.
Just no big deal. Just made some wonderful things, made some incredible things, and
Yeah,
just pop them in a game.
I'll just push it in there,
Yeah,
everybody.
so good.
But yeah, so this is one of the concept artists. I believe Connor did this, and I think so. Sort of this demonstrates some of the things that we'll look for within the concept. So usually it breaks down the asset into different parts and gives us sort of detailed looks at things and see how we can then translate into 3D. So it's a lot of little bits and little niggles that you might not actually notice unless you look really close. But they are there.
Well, I mean, that attention to detail is it's not something you have to worry about. The community, they definitely pick up on it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
notice all of these little bits and pieces that, well, you and your team, all that work and how it translates further down the line. I mean, it definitely gets noticed and appreciated. There's no doubt about that one. Let's have a look at the next one.
So again, yeah, just some more sort of detail into some of the things that we look for when we're creating the concepts and then the final 3D assets. So this kind of showcases sort of like we go into really minute details such as like the material and sort of how we want that to react to the world as well.
Yeah.
Obviously we have to take into account a lot of things with world building, especially sort of like lighting and things, which a lot of people do as well with their own community builds. But something that we have to kind of be mindful of when we're making sort of piece by piece assets. We have to be really switched on, I should say, into what we expect people to do with it, and how we expect it to be used within a park and things like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things you've got to keep your sort of mind ticking over with when you're making assets and things for Planet Zoo.
There's Bongo Baggins just appreciating the little puns, just switched on, just popping
Thank
that in
you.
there. A lot of people saying like all of the details. Since you mentioned like I don't know if people even see the details and they're just going look at this very specific thing in the chat, and like I really appreciate this other like it's like the little nuts, the intention, the incredible attention to detail. We've got a nice question for you in the chat actually. What was the most fun scenery piece to work on?
Ooh, that's very difficult. There's so many that I've worked on now. But I think, to be honest, some of the most fun assets are actually the enrichment items that we use, sort of so the animals sort of interact with.
Yes.
There's a lot of thought processes that have to go into that. So we work alongside sort of the animation team and the rigging team and also the character teams. There's a lot of chatting about it, what we kind of want the final enrichment items to do and how they look and how they function, what kind of animals are going to use it, the
Yeah.
size of the animals. There's a lot.
Well, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got an animal that's teeny tiny and you're going to give them an enrichment item that's just massive, you're going to have to maybe reconsider that just a little bit.
Just
And
a
I mean,
little
that
bit.
comes all the way back to like anything with the art and the concept art,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Makes a big difference.
Definitely.
So I think we've got one more to check out over here. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
So pretty. Sorry.
It's a lot of the time we kind of, when we get a concept in, we're just like, oh man, I want to be able to paint like this. So sadly, not everyone can.
No, I mean, I definitely can't.
You
But
could try.
I mean, there's nothing saying that I can't try. There's just also nothing saying that I'll succeed.
Believe in yourself.
I will believe in myself,
Yeah.
and that's all I need. It'll be okay.
Believe.
But I also like just losing my chill. I know I've seen this plenty of times while we've been preparing this stream, and I'm just like, Bernie, look, it's pretty.
So beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
It is. It's really nice. But again, it just shows the details and things that we have to look at and consider. And in the top right, you can see sort of a pre-visualization that sort of happens as well. On concept side, a lot of the time they'll sort of work with the art director to create these kind of landscapes purely in 2D, just to give like the vibe, the overall vibe and feels of the pack, and what sort of we want people to kind of create with the assets. So this is an example of that, sort of using the bench as well that was in the Africa pack, and some other assets and things we would have had, and some other ideas for things we could have done. But yeah, you can see then with that you have a lot of detail, again, details
Details.
all over it, but they always come translated into the final 3D asset in some form. But we try our best. We do good.
Try your best and succeed, as is evident from everything that I see in the chat here. Saying like, I wish real zoos near me had this level of theming because it's stunning.
I wish too. That would be amazing.
That would be really, really cool. Quite tricky, but it would be very cool.
Expensive, probably.
Expensive, yes, I think so.
Yeah,
So, community creations. I've also asked you to pick one as well.
of course.
Could you tell us which one it is? I
Indeed.
think the creator might be in the chat. If I,
Ooh.
yeah.
So it is this time I have chosen the Oasis build from Plastic Swans.
So, Plastic Swans, if you're still here,
Hello.
props to you.
Yeah.
Hi from Bernie. Hello.
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 Timid hello.
Timid hello. Coming from fabulous Bernie.
Thanks. So yeah, this build I absolutely loved. I thought it really showcased a lot of the Africa assets that we have. And in the preview for it, they used the flamingos in the nice little oasis bit. And flamingos are by far the greatest animal that's ever been, ever.
Ever.
Full stop.
What's that? Why is that?
Because they're pink and they have long legs and they are birds.
Fair enough.
That
Gotta
is-
love that.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a lot of people saying like, wow, that build's incredible. So completely agreeing with you on that one. it's just lots of people saying this is stunning, this is amazing.
It is incredible.
Wow, beautiful. I love this one as well. Yes, a whole bunch of that. It's just constantly. I was going to read any new comments, but it's lots of different people saying all of the same stuff.
But that just goes to show how amazing it is. It truly, it was such a great build. When I saw it, I was just like, yep, that has to be the one.
Has
for
to
me.
be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is incredible, and I think it's a good moment to say thank you to everyone in our community who continue to create all of this incredible stuff. There's myself, and then you've got the rest of the community team. You've got Eltanin and Francesca and Jens, and we want to showcase it.
Definitely.
And so we do on social constantly, because there's always so much to find.
There is so
and
many.
it's always a treat when either Elle or Fran, they're having a look and they see these amazing things and they're just like sharing them in another team chat before they're even suggesting posting, because it's too much excitement.
Yep.
It's just look at this, look at what I found, look at what they've done now, it's amazing.
It happens a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot of sharing of community builds constantly.
time.
We're always on different platforms just looking at things, being like, oh, you blow my mind every day, pretty much. So,
All
great.
the time. So I think there's been one pack that of course we haven't talked about yet, which was the Europe pack. We did
Yes.
have a look at the kit, which is very cool, the hat and scarf. But considering that we've had a little look at a lot of the other trailers, before we talk about some final bits from 2021, why don't we watch the trailer in full?
definitely.
So let's watch that. Hey, welcome back. So that was the Europe Pack trailer, which is of course available now. Such a great trailer as well.
It's an incredible trailer.
I think
truly
one of the
is.
things I really enjoy whenever we do another pack has been throughout 2021 the music that goes in.
Every time the audio team just blow it out of the water.
It's
literally.
so good. Whenever I see these sort of work in progress and rough versions, it's just very easy to be like, I might need to watch that one more time.
Yeah.
Just da, 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 da. It's great fun. So within 2021, we did of course have an anniversary.
We did indeed.
Did indeed.
Woo, congratulations.
And I know we had some little gifts for the community when that came around. The first of which was the black and white ruffed lemur. There it is.
He's stunning.
Stunning. So, I mean, this was really, really great. I think everybody here, we wanted to see what we could do.
Yes.
And we had thrown a few ideas around, and aside from the second one, which we will talk about in a moment, we got this little fella.
Beauty. An
This
absolute
beauty.
Yep. No, honestly, I thought it was such a great idea. I think, and it's such a stunning animal, as you could see. I think it truly adds a lot of things to the game. And it's
It did. I very much enjoyed when we did a little bit of a teaser for it. There's just really conveniently, there was
Yes.
like World or National Lemur Day like a week or so before.
Perfectly
And it was
timed.
just like, I wonder which animal is this?
Mm.
That was really fun. That was such a great idea. I think that was Iltanin's idea, actually.
Oh.
So we were
Big
just
brain.
sat there. We were just sat there laughing because we were like, "This is such a nice way we can do a tiny nod."
Yes.
Well, sort of tiny nod, like
Quite big nod.
quite a big nod,
Quite a
but
big
I mean,
nod.
yeah, it worked out quite well. So we've got this wonderful animal that was added to the roster for all players of Planet Zoo, and then we had the other one, which is not named after my guest.
No.
Just sounds like it, as Bernie's Bakes.
It is, yeah.
So, is there a little bit you'd like to share about Bernie's Bakes?
Yes, again, we were brainstorming for ages for what we could do to celebrate the second anniversary for everyone, and Bernie's Bakes is one of the things that came out of that. And it isn't me, it sounds like me, but it's not
Sounds
me.
like you.
It's to celebrate our lovely head zookeeper, Bernie, wherever he may be.
Wherever he may be.
But yeah, it was a really great idea, and I absolutely loved the cupcakes. So Bavo, who was on the previous stream,
Yes, we love Barbara.
yes, created the cupcakes that you can sell in your nice little Bernie's Bake shop. And actually, a little tidbit: I am the voice of Bernie's Bakes. Believe it
really?
or not, yeah. Believe it or
I
not.
like how Bernie's going, this has got nothing to do with me, it's not
Nothing to do
about
with me.
me, it is my name and it is my voice.
Just
But,
a little,
just a
thing.
little bit to do. I didn't know that, that's really cool.
Yeah, a little sneaky piece of information for you all. I am
Sneak peek,
the
yeah.
old person that
Yeah.
says Bernie's Bakes.
The old person saying
Old
Bernie's
person.
Bakes.
Yeah, I sound like an old
I
person.
mean, you could try it right now.
Bernie's Bakes. That is me.
That was great. That was so great that it got our live stream producer chuckling out loud in the background. I really kind of hope that got picked up on the microphones, but
Ooh.
that was amazing. Let's see. Not Bernie's Bakes. No, they're pointing out it's Bernie's Bakes with an E,
With an
brought to
E,
you by
yeah.
Bernie with an I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I like to be special and different, obviously, and when I was a young child, decided I don't want that second E.
No,
No. Mm.
just going to get rid of it.
Just gonna
gonna
get rid of
take
it.
that, going to throw it away.
Yeah.
You knew for the future that there was going to be a Bernie's
Yes.
Bakes, and you were prepared for it from a very young age. You were
Mhm.
like, I've got to get that name differentiation. Got to get that in there immediately.
Prepare yourself, young children.
Bernie's Bakes
Yeah.
cake shops. Indeed. So I think, I'm just having a quick look at my notes, but I think we're nearing the end of the stream. So there are a few things that I want to share as well. So we're here, we're live streaming.
We are.
And I know that's something that the community has been looking for, but we've wanted to make sure that if we do it the right way. We make sure that people are safe as well. Like, you know, we've got this lovely distance between us as well, for example. But we are going to be continuing to live stream this year as well. So we'll be having weekly live streams. You'll be seeing myself, you'll be seeing Eltanin, seeing Fran as well, and of course, lots of lovely guests from the development team here and there. But that will be, I guess, I was going to say starting next week, but that's starting this week because we're here
Yeah,
and we're
right now.
streaming right now. So, starting now, right now. Should have said that like at the beginning. Bam, here we are.
Right now.
Starting right now. Yes, so we figured that kind of stuff out, which is really, really great. We've got a few different solutions in place. And I think we've got a couple more minutes, so if you do have any questions, gang, please tell us right now. Barbara Coleman on YouTube saying thank you for creating such a wonderful game.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
So wonderful.
Thank you very much. There's a few people who are celebrating live streams as well. Yeah, we're excited. They're so much fun. Like you can see, we're just having a great time. We're just hanging, woo, having a great time. Loads of people saying there's great news. Where is Lumi's trumpet? I guess you have to keep an eye on social media for that one. There's lots of bits and pieces here. Some people asking about their music. So I think the music from the base game, you can find it in various places. It's called like You, Me and Other Animals.
Something like that.
Something along those
Yeah.
lines. So if you search for that, you would find that. Question, do you design scenery with the idea of how can players use them in different ways?
Definitely. A big part of it is obviously we know the community build massive amounts of amazing things. So we always have to think logically that a player might not use the item that we think they will. So we have to use all of our brain at the same time.
All of our brain.
All of the brain.
The one cumulative Planet
Yeah.
Zoo development brain.
Yeah. Collectively, as a massive team, we all collectively use our big brain to make things.
I almost forgot. We've got some biscuits to give away.
How could you
Completely
forget?
forgot. How did I forget? Do you want to help me show them off?
Of course.
So, we've got one final giveaway that I totally didn't forget about. So we'll pop that on the table there, and the camera will magically show what's going on here. So we'll move this away, and then Benny, would you like to help show
Ooh.
this off?
Ooh. Ah. Ooh.
So these are a very special set of biscuits that we have had made for the anniversary, representing a couple of your favorites, as we have learnt throughout the stream. And there's a wonderful card there, which is teaching everyone some of the basics of speaking Planko. So there you go. You can see it says Wipia Banibo across the top. Lots of debate on how that's pronounced. We should really get James Stant, who literally
Yes.
invented the language, to
Yeah.
do a masterclass on pronunciation for us,
I
actually.
think everybody needs
Yeah.
that.
So as you can see there, we've got all these wonderful little biscuits. So, Bernie, what should we have as the cue for people to enter a competition to win these?
I think we should have meerkat for the beautiful meerkat.
Okay.
Yes,
Exclamation
please.
point meerkat. Let's go with that. Of course, we will be sending you a pack of biscuits, which we didn't just open on stream. This will be a different pack of biscuits. So, exclamation point meerkat, and that's circulating through the chat. So, just to answer one question I saw quite a few times, asking about the future. So, of course, the team's working on things. We're not going to have anything to share with you right now, but they are hard at work. So, when we're ready and we're at the right time, we'll be sharing more about that. But for now, we're just saying hello to 2022, hello to regular live streaming again, and looking back at what was incredible year of well, content for 2021 as well. So I think we've got a lot of people saying meerkats. As mentioned, if you're not within certain territories, we won't be able to send them, but we will figure something else out if that's the case. And the prize winner is coming through. I was going to do a drum roll, but that will break the microphone. And we've, we'll do it in the air.
Yep.
I'm going to have to flip my screen now. Norliza M on YouTube. You are the winner of the biscuits, so congratulations. And like I said, it won't be these biscuits. I think we're probably going to eat these. Oh my God, shock, horror, not the meerkat.
No.
And that's pretty much all we have time for today. So, of course, thank you to Bernie for seeing through to the end of the stream with me there as well. A huge thanks to our other guests. We've had Josh, we've had James on the stream. And behind the scenes, you've got people like Adam, who's been helping run the stream today, all of the moderators, all of the community manager team. Have just been wonderful. And we've also got the community who have been sharing ridiculous amount of love for everybody there as we go. So with that, we'll say thank you very much, and we can actually say we'll see you next week.
Yes.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.